So when you're sharpening a reamer, you don't want these chamfers to be too big. You can take the end of this off, either with a carbide wheel on this type of thing, which will give you a nice square grind. Because this is a high-speed steel tool, we're just going to belt sand this off a little bit. Our flatten is nice and square. You don't want to overheat the tool. Take the old corners off, and you probably want to come in a little bit because sometimes there will be a margin failure up at the tip, which just means when you produce a corner, it's going to be a smaller diameter than the circumferential land that's on the outside. This doesn't have to be perfect because the tool grinder will put the corners where they're supposed to be. Let's talk about tool timing a little bit. This is a setting bar, which we talked about before. We call it a tool setter. They can be made in any length. They're really easy to make. It's just a piece of, in this case, 5/16 round bar. It's aluminum. What we're doing now is we're going to tighten the collet so that the collet is pretty much holding the reamer on center where it's going to be. And then we're rotating this up against we're just choosing a flute and bringing it up against that flat. To sharpen the tips on a small reamer, we've timed the tool in the collet so the flutes are horizontal or just below center. This wheel is square to the x-axis. Tip the motor up in this case to give you a little bit of radial clearance. We have the motor height set to 0 here, but your wheel's going to be below center because you've tilted the motor. And we just feed tool spindle set to 45 degrees. Good basic chamfer depending on your reamer. And then you just feed past the wheel, like so. Use a nice sharp wheel and you should be all set. Zero your y-axis to keep track of where you are. Thanks for watching.